Joe.
And I'm Jake.
Our company is Rocketbook, and we're seeking $400,000 for 10%. And we make notebooks from the future.
It doesn't matter whether you're a student or a shark. We just can't let go of pen and paper. It's our most natural form of expression. But meanwhile, the rest of our lives are digital and accessible across any device.
That's why we created Rocketbook. It's really just a pen and paper notebook, but take notes in your Rocketbook and scan them with the Rocketbook app to instantly blast those notes to popular cloud services, instantly organized for you. At the bottom of each Rocketbook page are 7 symbols, and you decide what they do. So Mark, maybe use that diamond symbol so that those notes go to your startup pitch folder inside of Google Docs. Maybe Lori, how about you use the star symbol? So when you mark that, those notes go right to your assistant's email.
Now that your notes are safe in all your favorite cloud services, you really don't need this hard copy anymore, which is why we designed our first notebook, the Rocketbook Wave, to be reusable.
That's right. You can make your entire notebook contents disappear. For this, I'm gonna need an assistant. Robert, if you will.
Oh. All right, Robert gets to Robert.
Your pen.
Thank you.
And if you will, just choose any random page in your Rocketbook. Draw some doodle, maybe your signature, whatever you'd like. Fantastic.
Beautiful work, Robert.
Thank you. Okay, Robert, check this out. I'm just going to use the Rocketbook app to scan this in so that later we can make these notes reappear.
Oh, cool.
Okay, for this part, Sharks, this does require a fairly bulky piece of hardware that we had to bring along with us. The Rocket Reset Chamber.
A microwave?
It's from the future.
And Robert, you're going to microwave your notebook here. And Commander Epstein is going to give you a little mug of water to place right on the circles on the cover.
Okay.
Let's close it up.
Wait, you really have to put a mug of water on there?
You really do. That's an important part of controlling the heating process so it works in every microwave. All right, Robert, it's time to nuke your notebook.
Don't do it, Robert. No!
When we have a seat, I'll hand out samples and I'll explain to you the process.
So that's all right. So that's also, I have heard of this before. The show I do, Business Geeks Podcast. If you haven't watched that, get subscribed. It's right on the homepage. Scroll all the way to the bottom. We meet every 2 weeks. They, I think it was Jen, brought this up like a year or so ago. She had never heard about it, and somebody had passed it along to her. And then we were talking about and how awesome that this is, right? Like, I love, look, people get on me about my pen, right? But I have a pen because I have a notebook and I write notes and I'm doing, you know, important pen and notebook things, right? So I really like this idea of being able to, I actually might go and pick this up. Because I really like the idea of being able to save the notes that I have instead of like having to now, like, okay, when this notebook is finished, now I pretty much have to just store it somewhere and then eventually like take all of my notebooks with me, and it just becomes more stuff around versus like having it digitized and like saved to my server or something to that effect. So I love this idea. I love the pitch. Robert wasn't able to screw it up, so ding ding for that. And I also love having you go check out shopsuperjoe.com to get your ABCs on apparel, books, and courses over there at shopsuperjoe.com. It helps support this channel and helps support what we do here with growing the channel and enabling me to be able to spend more time here and dedicate other resources to my other businesses. So I appreciate you being here, watching. Let's get back to it.
The only reason I'm microwaving this book is to erase it so I don't have to buy a new one. What's the matter with you guys? Don't you want to sell a second book to everybody? Why would I want to erase it? Why wouldn't I want to make them throw it out or burn it and buy another one? Well, thank goodness you've met me. We just solved your whole problem. I don't want to
doing
nuke it.
pretty
That's
well.
crazy.
We've sold about 75,000 of these. So
Have you really?
we have.
What are you selling to Martians?
People love it. It's fun.
How much do they cost?
They cost $27 retail.
So your total sales are what? Good for
$2.2 million.
$2.2 million.
How much do they sell?
We are taking you way more seriously now. Hey, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Did you actually prove it erased my page?
Let's do it.
Yep.
That's amazing. Amazing, Robert. It's the Rocket Rocketbook. And I just lost the sale because the guy doesn't have to buy it again.
We're not losing too many sales
Why are people buying this?
because it's awesome. And actually,
No.
people come for the microwavability, they're attracted to that, but they stick around for the Rocket system.
Okay, guys, any iPad
Well,
now.
hold on. Like, so when you were talking about, like, well, he didn't have to buy another one because he erased it. I mean, look, the book gets beat up and used, so you're going to eventually buy another one. And you might want to have multiple books for different areas in your life, like one at work, or one just for work, one just for like appointments and things like that. You know, keeping track of your your personal life. So it's not, because you're not erasing it every day. It's, you know, I don't know, every month or 2 months.
With a pen can do this right to the cloud.
That's true.
I have
It's another gadget to lose. It's another battery to
No,
charge.
I get it.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to wrap my head around nuking the book. I
love the gimmick. It works.
But
What
wait, I
makes
have
it
two
work? Let me
questions.
ask. What's the science
Sure,
that makes
so
it work?
There's a lot of engineering that has gone into the construction of a microwave-safe notebook, and we have patents
What
pending.
does the water do to it?
So the water absorbs a lot of the microwave energy, and it slows down the heating process.
This is the funniest, wackiest, most ridiculous thing I've heard in a long time.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
My fear is it's a great gimmick, and 2 to 3 years from now, I think people will get tired of it. So I'm out.
I mean, well, look, this was in season 8, and I just heard about this last year. So that was quite a few years ago. What, 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't think that the gimmick is running out, and I don't think it's a gimmick at all. I think having an opportunity to, you know, mark in an app and take a picture and have it go to where you want it to go makes a huge difference. I think it's great. I think it's
Guys, I don't
genius.
get the shtick. I mean, I applaud the sales you've had, but I'm
Mark
amazed that you've sold as much as you have. And I think you've got other sharks that are interested. I don't see it. I'm out.
Thank you for that.
guys, this is so crazy. So crazy that you can get millions in sales by nuking a notebook in a microwave. I'm not even sure I'm on the planet Earth right now. There's nobody in the world that would take paper and erase it when I could sell another one. In my universe, that's a dark force, an evil force I can't understand. I'm out.
So how about sustainability there, Mr. Wonderful? Come on, like that is it makes so much sense, and people want sustainability. That I mean, they didn't even talk about the sustainability part of it. Maybe it came up and it was taken out because it wasn't telling the story. But yeah, I mean, look, they come in with sales. They didn't. I don't think they said how much the cost was, but considering, I guess it's maybe a special kind of paper. I'm not really sure. You know, at $27 a piece, like they're probably doing pretty well. So they didn't even like really get into the metrics of it, and that's disappointing. I think to me the whole I can't get my head around the microwaving thing. Like what I want to know is how many times does the customer actually end up microwaving the book? That's it. That's all. I think that tells the story. If a customer, the average lifespan of the book is microwaved 3 times, we're not talking about them microwaving it every single day as part of their ritual of unless somebody's taking like a ton of notes or something.
I have to say, I never ever would dream that anybody could reinvent a paper binder. I mean, like, a notebook is a notebook.
By the way, you can buy in any Staples for $1.20. $1.20 book is now $27 because you can stick it in a friggin' microwave. That's why I'm so disturbed.
I don't think the price is bad for what it is. You've proven the concept, but I don't like all the steps. I don't like that I actually have to take a picture of each page, and then, when I'm done, I have to microwave it, put the water on it, and all of that. I get how people might like it, one time, tell their friends, this or that. But then, after a while, I think it fizzles. So for that reason, I'm out.
Well, Mark's still in.
Guys, hold on. Before Mark gets there, I do think that there is something to having these notebooks and having these notes and thoughts and things written down and being able to keep them, you know, for maybe future generations. Like the person that comes to my mind is Ray Didinger here in Philadelphia. He's a Hall of Fame. He's in the Football Hall of Fame and I think the Broadcaster Hall of Fame. He was a journalist for forever, basically. And he talks about he in some of his radio broadcasts, he talks about like all the notebooks. So like each draft, NFL draft, he has like full on notebooks dedicated to the stats and the information that he's collected on those draft picks to make his draft decisions on who he thinks, you know, the Eagles are going to pick or other teams are going to pick, and who he really likes. So it's kind of cool. Like when you go back, like you'll have like, you know, like later on in his life or after he passes, like they're gonna have this collection of his writings, you know, what his thoughts are. I mean, it might not matter to the whole wide world. I mean, you know, it's kind of dedicated to a specific thing, like a draft of a particular year. But it is sentimental in some regard, even if it might be kind of hard to say part with them. Having the ability to have all those digitized is great, but there's also that I forget what they call it, but like the digital, like we potentially are living in like a digital dark age, or there was a digital dark age where like there's gonna be so many photos that are missing. Like there's gonna be a gap of photos missing because people didn't take the time to back things up. Say from like 2000 to like 2012, 2015, before people started to really get into the whole cloud thing and having it there. But then there's also I didn't pay for my cloud service, so now all my data is gone, and I didn't know how to download it and collect it on hard drives, or I put it on those hard drives but didn't make backups, you know, clones of those hard drives, and now those are gone, you know, those files are gone. There's a good potential for a huge where we don't have a collection of photos and writings and things of that nature because people didn't do a good job of backing things up.
Just the microwave, isn't that what sells it, period, end of story?
No, absolutely not. That is a differentiator, but people are buying these and repurchasing them because of the Rocket system.
But where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Well, I think we're going to build this into a major brand, just like people thought, what could a Post-it note be? Well, now it takes up all of Staples. We're going to be like the operating system for paper.
But a Post-it note, all you have to do is stick on things, right? And you stick it on something.
Paper.
We're going to have digitally enabled paper and office products.
Guys, I mean, I'm out. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Wow. We're going to check out their website in a second here.
Of course, we would have loved to work with the Sharks and secure a deal with them, but it's not always a fit, and that's quite all right. We're having a great time, and, you know, it's onward and upward for us.
And it is onward and upward. Jake and Joe, I would love to have both of you come here on the show, talk about your Shark Tank experience and your business since then, since it's been a few years. So reach out in the comments below and we'll make that happen, or go over to superjoepardo.com/contact and we will link up. So they have the core book, the fusion book, the mini, the $16 mini book, Rocket Beacons. I'm not sure. I wonder what those are. Now you can launch your old whiteboard. Now you can launch your old whiteboards into digital future. These are restickable, reusable. Convert your writings into a smart board. So I guess like it's like the equivalent of the icons that were on the bottom of the Rocketbook. Okay, cool. So you put that in the corner so it knows where to put everything at. That's neat. $15. So, you know, very, very cool. Obviously, people are still loving it and utilizing the Rocketbook system. I think it's pretty neat. But I don't know that maybe I'll get one and do a review of it. Just and hopefully I'll love it. Just like I love comments like this one from Justin, who says, love the videos, always learning from your advice and comments. So glad to hear that, Justin. I appreciate you watching and commenting. I'll see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care and go be super.